All right. Thank you, Roberta. And with reaction to Congressman Dingell perhaps being in very poor health at this time, and to talk about the president's State of the Union address, we are joined live and local by Oakland University political science professor Dave Dulio. Thanks for joining us this morning, Dave.
Sure thing.
First of all, just about Congressman Dingell, he accomplished so much. He was served for such a long time, as Roberta just mentioned. Can you name some of the significant accomplishments during his tenure?
Boy, Jackie, I think there are too many significant ones to name. To pick out just a few would do the others great disservice. Certainly, thoughts and prayers go out to his family and Congresswoman Dingell. Certainly in this tough time, there's no way to describe Congressman Dingell other than an absolute giant in American politics. He meant not only a great deal to our state when he was serving in the House, but he meant an incredible amount to the institution of Congress and the country as a whole.
And not only that, but, back in the days of true bipartisanship, he was someone who was always reaching across the aisle. And, some people would say blue dog Democrat, yellow dog Democrat, but, he dined and often had very great friends, as I said, that were Republicans as well. And it seems to sort of be an end of an era.
Without a doubt. And he was somebody who wasn't afraid to go against the leadership of his own party, certain segments of his own party. He did that time and time again to get deals done with Republicans. It's something that we could use in the Congress and in Washington, D.C. In this current era.
Absolutely. And again, we are hearing that Congressman John Dingell not doing very well. And of course, with the very latest on that, we will continue to follow any developments there. But let's talk about the President's State of the Union address. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about this with a preview, Dr. Dulio. But now, after all is said and done, 76% of those who watched the State of the Union of Americans, they approved of what he said. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought as far as State of the Union addresses go, it was a solid speech, was disciplined, which is not always assumed with President Trump when he speaks, but he stuck to the speech, stuck to the teleprompter, and he seems to do better in terms of public reaction when he does that, at least with a large swath of the public, including independent voters. You mentioned the CBS News poll, 76% approve of the speech. We have to take that with a bit of a grain of salt, because what we know over time is that partisans watch their president, and the polling notes that more people who watched the speech and responded to the poll were Democrats over Republicans, or sorry, the opposite, Republicans over Democrats. But that's nothing new. That was true in the Obama era when more Democrats watched than Republicans, and during the time of George W. Bush as well.
And did you happen to watch Stacey Abrams and her speech after the president last night?
Oh, I did, certainly. And that has long been a very difficult position to be in, giving the response after what's usually a very lengthy State of the Union speech in an unmatched setting that the president has. Stacey Abrams appeared to do a very fine job in her role, but it's always tough to match the effectiveness or the pomp, and certainly the pomp and circumstance of the president.
And just going forward here, the government shutdown, do you think we're going to be looking at another one in about 2 weeks?
Boy, I don't know what else there is to conclude. I don't think that, and this is another thing about State of the Union addresses, is they don't move the needle too terribly much in the short term with the public. And I certainly don't think, given the reaction in the chamber last night, that the president moved the needle very much with members of the Democratic Party, which, of course, he's going to have to do if they're going to get anywhere on a deal. And with that, I think we're going to have to probably run right up against the brink again to see if a funding deal can get done.
All right. Well, Oakland University political science professor Dave Dulio, as always, great to speak with you this morning, Dave. Thank you.
Certainly.
All right. WWJ News Time is now 10:37. Traffic and weather together in just 1 minute.